Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is IndyGamerTag and I'm back for your daily Fortnite video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how you can tier up fast in Fortnite Season 10, otherwise known as Season X. If you guys are going to enjoy today's video, a like would be very much appreciated. On the contrary, if you genuinely dislike today's video, then feel free to leave a dislike. Also, if you're new around here and would like to see more daily Fortnite content like this in the future, then feel free to subscribe as well as turning on those post notifications. With that out of the way, let's hop right into today's video. Now again, as I mentioned, we're going to be going over the topic of tiering up in Season 10, otherwise known as Season X. Now, I made a video yesterday talking about how you can level up fast in this season. Typically, when I make leveling up videos, I'll always follow it up with a tiering up video. So that's why basically today's video we're going to be going over tiering up. Now, just to explain the pretty simple discrepancies between leveling up and tiering up. Now, tiering up, in my opinion, and probably most people's opinion, is more important than leveling up. Essentially, every time you tier up, you unlock something from the battle pass. This, of course, is used to get new cosmetics like skins, emotes, back blings, so on and so forth. Leveling up is more or less bragging rights and also allows you to unlock different variants throughout the battle pass. And even more importantly, leveling up actually helps you tier up even quicker. Now we're going to be going over pretty much every aspect that is very important in tiering up, and basically I'm going to be sharing with you guys the most efficient way in tiering up quickly. Obviously Season 10 or Season X just came out, so I'm sure a lot of you guys would like to reach tier 100 or just try to reach a high tier in this battle pass as quick as possible. So hopefully today's video makes it a little easier for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into tiering up quickly. Now, one of the main ways to tier up in Fortnite, in my opinion probably the most easiest way, is actually through challenges. Now we're given weekly challenges as well as daily challenges, and essentially obviously what a challenge is, it'll give you a set of challenges that you need to complete, and upon completing them you'll actually be rewarded with battle stars. Now to explain this very simply, every single tier is equivalent to 10 battle stars. So in order to get from tier 1 to tier 2, that's 10 battle stars. Obviously from tier 2 to tier 3 is another 10 battle stars, so on and so forth. Now, the amount of battle stars you get per challenge actually depends on the difficulty itself. So some challenges are deemed difficult, whereas others are just deemed pretty much normal difficulty. Obviously, the more difficult ones are going to give you more battle stars compared to the quote-unquote less difficult ones. However, in good news, there's literally never been a single challenge, as far as I'm concerned, in Fortnite where the challenge was too difficult to complete. To give you guys a general understanding of what an easy challenge is compared to a quote-unquote difficult challenge is, one of them might be land at Dusty Divot, or Dusty Depot now in fact. That's considered an easy challenge, whereas a difficult challenge will be something along the lines of visit Dusty Depot and Salty Springs in one match. And as you guys can tell, both of those realistically aren't too difficult and by no means too difficult to complete whatsoever. So that's basically one of the main ways to actually tier up quickly in Fortnite, is by completing these challenges. Now, as of right now, not all of these challenges are unlocked, because weekly challenges, a new set of weekly challenges are unlocked every single week. So obviously at the end of Season X or Season 10, more weekly challenges would have been unlocked. That's pretty obvious. So as of right now, there's only 1 or 2 weeks of challenges unlocked that we can complete. Now the way to actually do this, the most efficient way in my opinion, is to select a few challenges that you'd like to complete the next match that you play. Maybe 2 or 3 challenges, at most 4. We don't want to have too many challenges to the point that obviously it's too much for us to handle. So you select those 3 challenges that you'd really like to focus on in the next match. Upon loading in the next match and landing, of course, you're set on simply just completing those challenges. After you completed those 2 or 3 challenges, however much you actually had set for yourself, you then simply want to eliminate yourself, whether you jump off the map or you jump from a high point, or simply just play out the game. Once you load back into the lobby, you then want to select a new set of challenges that you'd like to complete. Again, 2, 3, maybe 4 at most I'd recommend. Go into another game, complete them. Obviously once completing them, you can eliminate yourself and repeat this process over and over again. Now this allows you to complete a few set of challenges focused every single time and not being distracted. You also know what challenges you need to complete and you have that in mind. Sometimes you'll hop into a game if you don't have a set of challenges that you'd like to focus on and you're not sure what challenges need to be completed. So simply by looking at your weekly challenges before hopping into a game and selecting the few that you'd want to complete just makes it a lot easier on ourselves. And then obviously after we complete them and then we eliminate ourselves to load back into the lobby, this makes it a lot quicker than playing full games and just wasting time that's really not needed to be wasted. Now the reason you need to eliminate yourself is due to the fact that if you simply were to leave the match after completing your challenges, they pretty much won't be saved and you'd have to restart them. So that's basically the main way of ranking up quickly or tiering up quickly in Fortnite, is through challenges. So if you were to complete all 10 weeks of challenges, that'll get us to tier 50. Obviously the max tier of every battle pass since like season 3 is tier 100, so we've only made it halfway through. Now what are some other ways that we can get the other 50 tiers? Obviously this is extremely important. So basically there's two other main ways I'm going to be talking about. One's going to be other challenges that are kind of not really weekly challenges, and then the next way is actually going to be leveling up, because again, as I mentioned in the beginning of today's video, leveling up does actually help you tier up quickly. They kind of go hand in hand despite their discrepancies. So again, I talked about another variant of challenges, and this is daily challenges. Now obviously, hence the name, daily challenges are a few set of challenges you'll unlock every single day. Now sometimes you'll unlock 3, and then sometimes you'll unlock 1, and I'm not too sure what the difference is. I'm not sure why some days there's 3, some days there's 1. That's just simply the way it is. Now daily challenges are pretty much usually deemed as the easy challenges, something along the lines of, again, landing Dusty Depot, things that really wouldn't take much effort at all, and sometimes it'll be simply complete one match of Fortnite or play a match of Fortnite with a friend. You guys get the idea of really how easy these challenges are. Now daily challenges aren't as rewarding as weekly challenges. You won't typically get 10 battle stars for completing a challenge, but still nonetheless you could expect to get maybe 3 to 5 battle stars depending on which challenge it is. Obviously this plays a huge hand in Fortnite in terms of tiering up. Now not all of the daily challenges actually give you battle stars. Some in fact give you XP, which is leveling up. So again, the two main things we talked about thus far is weekly challenges and daily challenges, and these are so important in terms of reaching tier 100 as quickly as possible. Next again is going to be leveling up. This is also an extremely crucial part of reaching tier 100. Obviously, let's say you get to tier 50 by completing weekly challenges. You need something that's going to carry the rest of the weight to tier 100, and most of that's going to come from leveling up. Now leveling up, the only way to level up at, in fact, is actually by getting XP in Fortnite. So this part of today's video is going to quickly describe the best ways to get XP and just give you a run over of essentially everything that goes into getting XP. Now real quickly, I want to explain this real quick. Every time you level up in Fortnite, so level 1 to level 2, you'll get 2 battle stars. Then every level you reach it ends in a 5, so 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, so on and so forth, all the way up to 95, you'll be rewarded 5 battle stars. And then every level that you reach it ends in a 0, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, you'll get 10 battle stars. So basically every time you rank up, or level up rather, 10 times, you'll receive, I believe, around 3.3 tiers, which is almost, I guess, 3.5 tiers. So this is why leveling up is extremely important. Now again, leveling up really pertains to XP, that's all it breaks down to. Now, the main ways to actually get XP in Fortnite is by eliminations, placement, as well as survival time. Now, eliminations obviously pretty self-explanatory, just the amount of eliminations you receive. Obviously, the more the better. Survival time is the amount of time that you survive in a match. Obviously, if you survive like a minute, that's nowhere near as good as surviving the full, let's say, 14 minutes of a match. And then we also talked about placement, which is also pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, if you place top 10 or top 5 or even win the game, that's going to be a lot better than placing, let's say, 98th. Now, to break it down, I believe every minute you survive in a match, you're rewarded with 17 XP, and it caps out at 14 minutes, which is about the average time of a Fortnite match. So survival time is extremely important. So for the passive players, that's pretty good news. So if you're a player that likes to play, plays pretty passively, meaning camping, not playing that aggressively, then this is good news to you, because again, you're literally getting XP from basically hiding from people and surviving throughout the match. Now, eliminations is also extremely important. The first elimination that you receive of every match is going to guarantee you 50 XP, which is extremely important. And then every elimination after that obviously is going to give you even more XP, not quite 50. So this is better news for the people that don't play that passively. Whether you play semi-aggressively or extremely aggressively, every elimination really helps you a lot in terms of getting XP. And then third, and definitely not least, placement. Now, for solo matches, placing top 20, I believe gives you, I want to say 50 XP or somewhere around that. Placing top 10 gives you, I think, 150 XP, and then placing number 1 and winning a solo match gives you 300 XP. This I know for sure. I don't have the numbers pulled up, so I apologize if the number of XP that I gave for top 10 and top 20 is off, but again, I know for sure that winning a match of solo, you are guaranteed 300 XP. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering what game mode is best to play, solos, duos, or squads, and you guys are probably going to be really surprised by my answer. The answer is none of the above. The best game mode to play is Team Rumble, and here's why. Basically, in Team Rumble, placement doesn't really make a difference at all. You're either going to place first or second, and I don't believe, as far as I know, you really receive a ton of XP for placement in Team Rumble, again, due to the fact that you're either coming in first or second. The two main important aspects of Team Rumble is the amount of eliminations you'll receive, as well as survival time. Now, keep in mind that a lot of people that play Team Rumble are pretty new to the game. I would consider them to be beginner skill. It's very easy for an experienced Fortnite player, whether you're intermediate or an advanced player, to easily get at least 15 to 30 eliminations per game on average. So I'm sure you guys can tell just by those elimination numbers alone that the amount of XP we're going to be receiving is literally incomparable to any other game mode. And the next is survival time. Team Rumble is a respawn match, meaning anytime you get eliminated, you won't be kicked to the lobby, you'll just basically respawn. So your survival time will always be at least the 14 minutes, where we're receiving XP every single minute we survive. So again, basically we're just getting a ton of eliminations almost like handed to us just by how easy they are, and they're also guaranteed to survive the entirety of the match, which lasts I'd say 14 to like 16 minutes on average. Again, I mentioned the three most important aspects. It's going to be placement, which doesn't really play that big of a part in Team Rumble, and then more importantly, survival time and eliminations, and this is why this is so important. So this is basically the best way to get XP, again playing Team Rumble, because we're guaranteed the survival time of at least 14 minutes I'd say on average, and we're also racking up an insane amount of eliminations. Put all of these aspects of today's video together, that's going to be weekly challenges, daily challenges, and leveling up through XP. I guarantee you can reach tier 100 in so little time. Now, as time progresses and more weekly challenges are unlocked, more daily challenges are unlocked, so on and so forth, you can literally go from tier 0 to tier 100 in one day, and I guarantee this. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, a like would be very much appreciated. On the contrary, if you genuinely disliked today's video, then by all means feel free to leave a dislike. Also, if you're new around here and would like to see more daily Fortnite content like this in the future, feel free to subscribe as well as turning on those post notifications. Anyways, my name is IndyGamerTag. Thank you all for watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Adios.